Hello guys, welcome back to Malik 034 channel. This is Malik Arjun. In this today's session, I'm going to demonstrate what exactly the difference between exclusive and restrict mode. Sometimes, in order to drop your database, you're going to start your database in restrict mode, and sometimes you're going to start your database in exclusive mode. What are these exactly the restrict and exclusive, and when do we use this restrict mode and exclusive mode? Especially in case of rack database, what you are going to use it, especially in case of standalone database, what you are going to use it in order to drop your database. And also sometimes you may even start your databases in restrict mode for some administrative purposes. uh, that I'm gonna show you in this particular demonstration. Quickly, jump into my lab demonstration here. I have multiple rack databases and multiple standalone databases. I'll pick one rack database and one standalone database for this demonstration purpose. Before I get started with this today's demonstration, if you're new to my channel, always go back to YouTube and search for Malik034, and then please do subscribe my channel. And if you like my videos, please do thumbs up and then recommend to your friends. Right, let's get started with the today's lab session. So I'm going to pick up one database called CDBDB. This is my rack database. I'm going to pick up one more database called Vara19C, that is standalone database. So just quickly check that one. I'll set the environment. First environment, I'll set it to uh, CDBDB1. I have 4 sessions open, 2 sessions for my rack database and 2 sessions for my standalone database. So I'm gonna show you parallelly with rack and standalone uh, side by side. So if I check the environment for my standalone database, that is my Vara19C here. So both are set here. So quickly, I'm gonna jump into SRVCTL. This is your SRVCTL command. SRVCTL status, SRVCTL status database -d and your database name. So that's a rack database. I'm going to check it out. Right. So this is your rack database, CDBDB. You have CDBDB1 instance running on node 1. CDB2 instance is running on node 2. And similarly, if you check for your other database, it is just a standalone database. So if I do SRVCTL status database -d, Vara19C, you're gonna get only one instance, that is Vara19C is running on node 1. So this is a standalone database, and this is your rack database. Again, you can check using config command. SRVCTL config is the other command. So I'm going to show you that one. Config database -d. So SRVCTL config will show you what type of database it is, like your DB unique name, DB name, Oracle home, owner, SP file, password file, and startup option, shutdown option, role is primary, and management policy is automatic. You can read through all of them. Disk groups are data, reco, and all of them. And then if you go here, type of your database is rack, right? So that indicates this is your rack database. And same command, if you run it for other database, SRVCTL config database, config database -d, config database -d, Vara19C, that is going to be your standalone database. Again, you can see, read through all of this: the database name, unique name, home, user, your password file, SP file, and all of these options, and your groups. And then if you see a type of your database is single, it's a standalone database, right? So that's a differentiation between your rack and standalone database, right? So once we found out this is my rack database and this is my standalone database, what I'm going to do, like, I'm going to just shut down my database here. I'll just show you on my standalone database first. Right now, my database is in open mode. Select name, comma, open underscore mode from VDollar database. So that will give you database name, which is in read write mode. And similarly, you can check it out. Select instance underscore name, comma, status from $, instance is the other command. You can verify your instance status, Vara19C, which is in open mode. So same command, you can fire it on your rack database. I'm going to connect to my one of the rack instance here. I'm going to do select name, comma, open mode from $, database. So your CDBDB, that's rack database, is open read write mode. Instead of $, database, you can use a GV database, which will give you all the information regarding all the instances. So if I do gv instances, so I can see two instances which are both are in read write mode. And similarly, the other command vt instances, if I check it on the rack database, so I'm going to see only that instance which I connected. So this particular CDB1 instance, which is in open mode. If I use the gv so that's going to give information about all the rack instances details. It's a G global rack instances. CDB1, CDB2, both the rack instances which are in open mode, right? So my both the rack database, both instances are open. My database also open here. So if my databases are in open mode, if I try to drop database, which will fail. So it clearly says that it should be mounted with the exclusive mode. So if I run the same drop command on my rack database, one of the instance, it's a database must be mounted with the exclusive mode. So we know our database should be mounted with exclusive mode. So what I'll do now, I'll just exit this one. I'm gonna just shut down my database using srvctl. So this is my status command. I'm gonna do stop here on my standalone database. First, I'll do on standalone database. Srvctl stop database. It's gonna stop my standalone database. Once my database is stopped, I'm gonna start my database with the exclusive mode. As it says, clearly says database must be in exclusive mode. I'm gonna start my database in exclusive mode. But whereas if you start your database in exclusive mode, what is the indication of restrict mode? I'm going to talk in a minute. Once this database is shut down, I'm going to talk in a minute on that. So meantime, when this database is going down, so it's already went down. So if I verify using srvctl status, I'm going to do status. It says this instance should be down, like instance Vora 19c, which is not running on node 1. So it is down now. Now I'm going to try to connect to my database. So it says connected to idle instance, connected to an idle instance. So what I'm going to do, since it's thrown an error message, it should be started with exclusive mode. I'll just exclude this particular, restrict option. I'll just start my database, startup mount exclusive. So I'm going to start my database with the exclusive mode. Right. So once the database is started with exclusive mode, I'm going to drop my database. What exactly this exclusive mode? Exclusive mode is the one which is not gonna allow any of the other transactions, right? Like for example, if I try to drop this database, drop database, right? So now it says your database operation requires database must be in restricted mode. Uh, Exclusive in the sense when it comes to the rack instances, if you want to start only one instances, that should be started with the exclusive mode. So in that case, if you start any one of the instance with exclusive mode, you will not be able to start the other instances of your rack database. So this exclusive mode only applicable for your rack databases. So even though this particular error message here, when you try to drop your database, it says it should be mounted with exclusive mode. You started your database with exclusive mode, but it is still you are not able to drop your database because it is asking you to drop it is asking you to start your database with restrict mode. So now what I'll do, I will set immediate. So now okay, set immediate. We know, like we tried startup mount exclusive mode, and then we got error message unable to drop db. So now what I'll do, instead of exclusive, I'll just start my database with the restrict mode. I'll just take this one, I'll just cut, and then I can paste it here. So let's see whether just the restrict mode, uh, whether the restrict mode will help me to drop my database or not. Like exclusive mode, it is not allowed me to drop my database. Right? Like now what I'll do, I'll just startup mount restrict. Directly I'll start my database with restrict mode. Right, you can see here, like startup mount restrict. So I just started my database with restrict mode. Let's see whether once this database is mounted. Yeah, my database is startup mount restrict. It is mounted with the restrict mode. Now you can try the same drop command here. You can see, boom, it's going to work out now. It's going to take some time. Okay, yeah, it's done. Database dropped. So what is the conclusion here? when you start your database with the exclusive mode, you will not be able to drop your database. Even though that error message says you have to start your database, when you try dropping your database, it says you have to mount your database with exclusive mode, and then you mounted your database with exclusive mode, still you will not be able to drop your database. And now you got an error message saying that you have to start your database with restrict mode. Then what you did, I just shut down my database. I just started my database with the restrict mode without exclusive mode. And then I'm able to drop my database, able to drop my database. Right. So this is the conclusion here. Like, for your standalone database, you no need to start your database in exclusive mode. Directly, you can start your database in restrict mode. Then you will be able to drop your database. Right. So now we'll go back to our React database. Now database is dropped here. It's all done. So I'll just exit and I'll go back to my React database. Even when I tried dropping my React database, it says you have to mount your database with exclusive mode. And we already tested out when we mount database in exclusive mode, we'll not be able to drop our database. So when we started our database with restrict mode, we'll be able to drop our database. Now what I'll do, I will start my database with the restrict mode for your React databases. So if you start your database in the restrict mode, it not okay. Let's shut down your database. It'll not allow you to drop your database. Uh, we already tested the restrict mode should work in order to drop your database. It is only for your standalone database. For the React database, if you try to start your database with the restrict mode, it will not allow you to drop your database. Let's see that. I'm going to demonstrate that one. Right. So I'm just going to wait for this to shut down here. So again, I'll startup mount. Obviously, startup mount, you'll not be able to drop. I'll just going to put down different conditions here so that you will not be able to drop here. And when you do startup mount, this is like for your standalone. Just to brief once again, if you start your database in startup mount and then try. Okay, I'll just put it. I'll just do startup. Startup will be in your open mode. So if your database is in open mode, you'll not be able to drop it. These are the three conditions you'll not for your standalone database. If your database in startup, that is in open mode, like I'll put it bracket open mode. Open mode, right? So this is your open mode. So if your database is in open mode, you'll not be able to drop your database. If your database is in mount mode, you'll not be able to drop your database. If your database is started with exclusive mode, you'll not be able to drop your database. If your database is started with mount restrict mode, then you will be able to drop your database. That's different use cases of your standalone databases. Now we're dealing with React databases. Now I stopped to shut down my database. Now we know these all three scenarios are failed. Only these four scenarios work. So I'm going to directly start my React database with the startup mount restrict option. Let's see, startup mount restrict. All right, so let's see whether startup mount restrict, whether it will help my React database, allow me to drop my React database or not. Right, so my database is started with mount restrict mode. So I can directly try to drop my database and you'll see the difference. You'll not be able to drop your React database with a startup mount restrict. So it says you have to start your database in exclusive mode. That's a key point here. So what happens, I'll just gonna put down all these points here. I'll just gonna, instead of no mount, I'm gonna do, I'll just want to remove this one here. Give me a second. Right. So if you start your database in open mode, you'll not be able to drop your database. If you start your database in mount mode, again, you'll not be able to drop your database. If you start up a mount exclusive, you'll not be able to drop your database. And if you do startup restrict, then still you will not be able to drop your database. I'm talking about the React database. Right. And then now I have one more option for my React database, that startup restrict plus exclusive. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start my database with a startup mount, restrict, exclusive. I'm going to do restrict as well as exclusive mode. Then you will be able to drop your database. Let's see, my database is down now. I'm gonna, after this demonstration, I'm gonna quickly give some brief explanation about restrict and exclusive, when you use it and what's the difference between these two. All right, so instance is going down. Yeah, it's down now. Now you can do startup mount, restrict, exclusive. And then if you want to put your RAG database in exclusive mode, there's a one key point you have to follow that one before you start your database mount restrict exclusive mode. You have to do some pre-checks, some of the pre-command you have to execute. So I have not executed them. So my database is started with restrict and exclusive mode. If I try to drop my database, still it is going to throw an error message. Right, it says, even though I passed the keyword exclusive, it says database must be mounted with exclusive mode. So it is just excluding my keyword exclusive in startup mount command. Why it is going to exclude that one? Because of your cluster underscore database parameter. If I do show parameter cluster underscore database, it is true. If the cluster underscore database is true, then you will not be able to start your database in exclusive mode. You have to set your cluster underscore database to false, then only you should be able to start your database in exclusive mode. So command for that is alter system set cluster underscore database equal to false, scope equal to sp file. So I'm just going to set this. Right, you set it to scope equal to sp file. Now you are going to shut it down. And then once you shut it down, and then now you can startup mount exclusive restrict, and then your database will be in exclusive and restrict mode. And now you can drop your database. It is going to work out for your React database. Right, so your database is dismounted, and now you are going to run the same command of startup mount restrict exclusive or exclusive restrict. There is no order, like you can make it restrict exclusive or exclusive restrict, both should work. There's no order on that. So I'm just going to do startup mount restrict exclusive, and then you can verify your cluster database parameter. It is going to be false, and then you will be able to drop your database. Right, so startup mount restrict exclusive mode. Let's do it in a reverse order. Restrict, exclusive, exclusive, restrict. Yeah, mostly that is, I think, order sensitive. Cannot mount your database in restrict mode. So if I just wanted to verify, before that, let me do whether this particular parameter is set to false or not. So I'll just do show parameter. Probably if the instance is in not started. Okay, I'll do startup no mount, startup no mount, and just will verify this cluster database parameter. Let's verify once this is no mount. Yeah, cannot mount your database in exclusive mode. Let's come back and just try to shut down your database. I'll just gonna check my database status. Yeah, you can see this particular CDB2 instance is running. Because of that, we are not able to start our database with a restrict exclusive mode, because other instances are up and running now. So I'm going to drop my database now here. So stop my database here. So your other second instance is automatically it started here. The moment you what happened, like you shut down here, you drop right restricting node database, you did a startup mount restrict here, automatically your other instance got started here. So I'm just going to stop my other instance, and then I'm just going to again as I say, like your restrict and exclusive, there is no order. You can put restrict first or exclusive later, or exclusive first or restrict later. It doesn't matter here. But right now the issue is your other instance, second instance was automatically started. Because of that, we are not able to start our instances in restrict mode. let it get goes down, and then we'll start it with the restrict mode. Again, like just to brief on this restrict and exclusive. Restrict is must. But the moment you start your database with the restrict mode, only sysdba can do some admin activities. Other users cannot log in and they cannot do any operation. That is like restricted sessions. Only that admin users can log into your database and do some admin activities. Normal user or normal application user, they cannot able to log in. That's a restricted session. And exclusive means you are going to start only one instance with the exclusive mode, and other rack instances are not allowed to start it. That's a exclusive means. Exclusive means I'm going to start only this instance, and none of the other instance should able to start it once I start this particular instance. That's a exclusive meaning. So I'll just verify again. My both instance should be down now. Both instances are down now. I'll connect back to my SQL plus SSDBA. Now you can do that one. Startup restrict exclusive or exclusive restrict, whatever order. You can just try to start it now here. Startup mount restrict exclusive. Now your database is going to be in restrict mode. Also, this particular instance, what you are starting, it is going to be in exclusive mode. It means this is the only instance it is going to start it for this particular database. And if you try to start the other instance, it's going to impossible. That's the indication of exclusive in case of React database. Now you can try to drop your database. Let's verify your parameter, cluster underscore database parameter. It should be false, and then only one instance is running now. So now you can fire that drop database command. It should drop your database. Earlier it was throwing an error message. Now you do drop database. It's gonna work out this time. So that's a use case of your restrict and exclusive. Again, just I brief you. Uh, right, your database is dropped. So that's the use case of your React database and the standalone database. For the standalone database, the moment you try to drop your database on open mode or the mount mode, you will not be able to do it. It is going to throw you an error message that's saying your database must be started with the exclusive mode. And if you start your database in exclusive mode, and if you try to drop your database, again, you will not be able to drop your database because you have to start your database in a restrict mode. So then you have to start your database in restrict mode, and then you will be able to drop your standalone database. And then what happens if I do, am I able to drop my database? Am I able to start my standalone database with the mount exclusive restrict? Yes, of course, you will be able to drop your database. Again, if you start your database, mount restrict, that is more than enough to drop your database, but nothing is stopping you. You can start your database, startup mount exclusive restrict, that also should works for your standalone database. But especially this startup mount exclusive restrict is only for your rack databases. For standalone, the restrict is more than, because that's already one instance. You no need to restrict other instances. So when it comes to rack databases, when your database is in open mode, you will not be able to drop. When your database is in mount mode, you will not be able to drop. When you start your database in exclusive, you will not be able to drop. When you start your database in restrict, you will not be able to drop. When you start your database mount exclusive restrict, again, still you will not be able to drop your database. Why? Because without setting your cluster underscore database parameter to false, if you start your database with mount restrict exclusive, it will just ignore your exclusive command. It will just start your database with mount and restrict option. And then now you fire drop command, it's going to fail that, you have to start your database with the exclusive mode. That's what happened here. So your database was still clustered underscore database was true, and you started your database with the mount restrict exclusive, and it says your database started mount restrict exclusive. When you try to drop your database, it says your database must be started in exclusive mode. That is because of your cluster underscore parameter set to true. So what you need to do for that, you have to run this alter system set cluster underscore database parameter to false. Once it is set to false, and you again shut down your database, now you start your database with mount exclusive restrict. Now your database is actually going to start with the restrict mode. Along with that, this particular instance will be in exclusive mode. Say exclusive means it is the only instance is going to start it for this particular database, and none of the other instances are going to start it for this particular database. And then you will be able to drop your database. So then I'm going to put this able to drop command in front of this one, so that this is our final conclusion: when to use your restrict, when to use your exclusive, and what's the difference between your restrict and exclusive, in order, especially when you are dropping your rack database and the standalone database. I hope that this is going to be pretty informative session, and We are gonna come back with new topics in our next session. Until then, take care. Thank you guys. Bye bye.